So if you also want to generate social media calendar automatically, then this video is definitely for you. So hello all, welcome back to Pabbly Connect, and in this video we are going to understand how to auto-generate social media calendars using AI agent. So over here, I used to generate these social media post ideas manually, but this is such a time-consuming task. So to save me time, I've simply created this amazing automation where what is going to happen is that as soon as I'm going to add some details related to post in my Google Sheets, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the content, and further I can add that same content into my Google Sheets once again. So with the help of this, I can create social media calendar for my business. So to do this, we are simply going to create a connection between Google Sheets, my AI agent, which is OpenAI, and then Google Sheets. And to create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So if you also want to create this amazing automation for your own business, then for that you have to come with me towards my screen.
Welcome to my screen. So in this video, I'll show you how to set up an AI agent to automatically create social media content calendars. With just few prompts or themes, the AI will plan out your post for the month, helping you to stay organized, consistent, and ahead of the schedule without the stress. So let's streamline your content planning. And to get started, I'm just going to show you a real-time example. I'm just going to enter the theme or the topic right over here in my spreadsheet. Then I'm just going to enter the platform, the target audience, and the objective. And now automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the post idea and the caption, and add that post idea and caption right over here. And as you can see that it is successfully generated me the post idea and the caption, and within seconds in real time the caption and the post idea has been added right over here. So now my team can review it and check the status. So now my team can review it and select the status further. So as you can see, this is no magic, this is the power of automation, that within seconds we are generating the post ideas and the captions. So if you also want to create this amazing automation, then for that you have to watch the tutorial till the end. So to do this, I'm just going to open a new tab, and we're going to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect. And in order to open the landing page of Pabbly Connect, I'm just going to search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser. So I'm just going to search for pabbly.com/connect in my browser. And after opening the landing page of Pabbly Connect, what is going to happen is that it is going to open this window. And as you can see that this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect, and over here we are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on this sign up for free, and you're going to get 100 of tasks free every month to explore the application. But over here I am an existing user, so I'm simply going to click on this button which says sign in, and now it is opening all Pabbly apps, and over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting different applications. So I'm simply going to click on this access now button right over here to access my Pabbly Connects account. And now it is opening my dashboard. And to get started with our automation, we simply have to click on this button which says create workflow. And now it is asking me for the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So over here I want to save the workflow in this folder which says automations, and I want to name my workflow as this: how to auto generate social media calendars using an AI agent. And then we are simply going to click on this blue button which says create. And as soon as we're going to click on this create, it is opening the most important window of our automation, which is our workflow window. So this is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger and actions are the two main principles on which our workflow is going to run. Trigger means when this happens, and action means do this. So by this you can understand that the actions are response towards the commands given by our trigger, and that's the particular reason that we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger in a particular workflow. And to get started, we are simply going to select our trigger application. So for my trigger application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets, and over here you can see the same, so we are simply going to select it. And now for the trigger event, I'm just going to select it as new or updated spreadsheet row, and now it is giving me a webhook URL. So we're going to use the same webhook URL in order to create a connection between our Google Sheets and our Pabbly Connect Connect's workflow. So I'm simply going to copy this webhook URL and then we have to follow this help text. And for that, I'm just going to open my Google Sheets account. And after opening this, we have to go towards this extensions, add-ons, and then towards this get add-ons. And after coming over here towards this get add-ons, we have to add an extension in the spreadsheet, which is Pabbly Connect webhooks. So I'm simply going to search for the same, which is Pabbly Connect webhooks. And over here is the extension which you have to install. I'm getting the option of uninstall over here because I have already installed this extension. But if you haven't installed this, you're definitely going to get the option of install right over here. You can simply install the extension right from here. And after installing this extension, you simply have to refresh your spreadsheet. It is a really important step to refresh your spreadsheet. Otherwise, you're not going to get the option of Pabbly Connect webhooks right over here in your extensions tab. And over here, now after getting this option, we have to go towards this initial setup of Pabbly Connect webhooks. And now it's asking me for the webhook URL and the trigger column. Alright, so for the webhook URL, I'm simply going to paste the URL which we copied from our workflow. And now for the trigger column, I'm just going to enter my trigger column, which is D. So the trigger column will be your final data column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row will be sent towards your webhook URL. Alright, so I'm simply going to enter my trigger column as D right over here. And then we are simply going to click on this blue button which says submit. And now it is saying setup configured successfully. So with this, we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. But now it is saying waiting for a webhook response, and in the notes it is saying do a test submission/record. So in order to capture this webhook response, we have to do a test submission or record. And in order to do this test submission, I'm just going to open my spreadsheet, and from here we have to go towards this extensions, Pabbly Connect webhooks, and over here you can see the button of send on event. So we simply have to switch on this button. It is a really important step to switch on this button, because what is going to happen is that upon switching on this button, whenever a new event is going to occur in my spreadsheet, automatically the details would be sent towards this workflow. And after doing this, what we're going to do is I'm just going to do the test submission. I'm simply going to enter the theme or the topic. I'm just going to enter the platform, the target audience, and then the objective right over here. And as you can see that I've simply entered all of these details. And now these details have been sent towards my webhook URL, which is towards my workflow. And yes, over here you can see that Pabbly has captured the response for the same. You can see the topic, you can see the platform and the objective. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our trigger step. And now what is going to happen is that as soon as we add a new row right over here in my spreadsheet, automatically the details would be sent towards my webhook URL. Now we're going to move on forward. I'm just going to select my action application as OpenAI. So I'm just going to search for OpenAI right over here and select it right over here. And now it is asking me for the action event. So for the action event, I'm simply going to select it as ChatGPT and click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your OpenAI account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now it is asking me for the token. And to get this token, we are simply going to follow the help text, and it is saying kindly visit your OpenAI API key page to get the API key that you need to enter here. So I'm simply going to go towards my OpenAI API page. And now over here, after opening this page, we have to go towards this create new secret key button. Now it is asking me for the name of the key. So I'm simply going to enter the name of my key and select the project. And after doing this, I'm simply going to click on this green button which says create secret key. And now over here is my API key. So I'm simply going to copy this API key and then we're going to paste it right over here in our workflow. And after pasting this API key, we simply have to click on this button which says save. And with this, we have successfully connected our OpenAI account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the AI model. So I'm simply going to select the AI model as GPT-4. And now it is asking me to enter the prompt. So I'm simply going to enter my prompt. So as you can see that I've simply entered my prompt right over here. And you can also notice that for each specific platform, I have given specific conditions too. So yes, you can tailor this prompt according to your own business needs. I have kept it as this only. Now we're going to move on further. Over here, I'm just going to enter the details to use. Alright, so I'm simply going to enter the details. But we are not going to enter the details manually by typing it like this. But instead, we are going to map it. So you must be wondering what is mapping. So mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step where we selected Google Sheets as our trigger application. So we are simply going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. And as soon as we are going to map these details, automatically my details will turn dynamic and change with every new response received. Alright, so I'm simply simply going to map the topic, then I'm just going to map the platform over here. So I'm just going to look for platform in the previous response and map it. And now I'm simply going to map the objective too. I'm just going to look for it and map it. And after mapping all of these details, we are simply going to click on this blue button which says save and send test request. And now what is going to happen is that my AI agent is going to generate me the post idea and the caption. And yes, over here you can see that it has generated me the post idea and also the caption. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this step. And now what I want is I want to add this post idea and caption right over here into my spreadsheet. So for that I'm just going to add another action step right over here. And now for the action application, I'm simply going to select it as Google Sheets. So I'm just going to search for Google Sheets and select it right over here. Now we're going to move in further. For the action event, I'm simply going to select it as update row, and then we are simply going to click on this connect. And now it is asking me to add a new connection or select an existing connection. So if you have already connected your Google Sheets account with your Pabbly Connect's workflow, you can simply click on this select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me, click on add a new connection, and now we have to click on this blue button which says sign in with Google. And once we are going to click on this blue button, over here it's asking me to select my Gmail account. So I'm simply going to select my Gmail account, with the help of which I want to connect my Google Sheets account. And now after selecting my Gmail account, Pabbly is asking me for some permissions. So I'm just going to simply click on this allow and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for, because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on allow, Pabbly is safe, and yes, with this we have successfully connected our Google Sheets account with our Pabbly Connect's workflow. And now it is asking me to select the spreadsheet. So over here for the spreadsheet, I'm simply going to select my spreadsheet, which is social media content calendar. So I'm simply going to select it right over here. Now we're going to move in further. For the sheet, I'm just going to select it as sheet 1. Now we're going to move in further, and now it is asking me for the row index. So over here you can see the row which I need to update is 4, but I'm not going to enter 4 right over here manually because I want this field to be dynamic. So I'm just going to map this row index from the response of Google Sheets. Now we're going to move in forward. It is asking me for all of these details. So what I want to update is only post idea and caption, nothing else, right? So I'm simply going to go towards the post idea and caption and update this only. I'm simply going to update the post idea. For that I'm just going to map it from the response of my previous step, and same I'm just going to do with the caption too. And after mapping both of these details, I'm simply going to click on this button which says save and send test request. And as you can see that we have received the positive response that we have successfully added these details into our spreadsheet. So I'm just going to open my spreadsheet right from here, and as you can see the details have been added. Over here you can see the theme, the topic, the platform, the target audience, the post idea and the caption all in single spreadsheet. So yes, with this we have successfully completed our workflow. And now what is going to happen is that whenever I add the details in my Google Sheets like the theme, platform, target audience and objective, automatically my AI agent is going to generate me the post idea and caption, and further we are going to add it back again into my Google Sheets. So yes, with this we have successfully completed this workflow. And now what is going to happen is that automatically, like I showed you in the starting of this video, this workflow is going to run in backend. We don't have to come back and again to our workflow to click on save and send test request. All of this is going to happen in backend. We can just sit back and relax. So yes, this was it for the video, and if you have any questions related to the video or the workflow, you can directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone this workflow and share the workflow link in the description box so that you can access my workflow. I hope this video was helpful for you. Thank you for watching, everyone.
So not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly Connect, you can integrate many more applications. So if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.